It's March 7, 2030. The scene cuts to the sign of a management company. Inside, a notorious loan shark boss stares across the desk at a kid. He asks him point blank if he has any idea what it means to borrow 5 million yuan. The smoke fills the room as he warns the kid that his interest rates are absolutely cracked. This is Loan Boss, the head of the city's underground bank. Absolutely shook, the young gambling addict says he doesn't care about the interest. He just needs the cash. Loan Boss smirks. He offers the 5 million at a 4% rate. The desperate NPC offers up the deed to his house. Loan Boss looks over the document, thinking the house is worth 4 million at best. Seeing the kid as easy loot, he tells his goon the house isn't enough. The gambling addict starts to absolutely panic. He begs for help, agreeing to take just 4 million. Loan Boss drops the offer to 3.5 million, thinking he's already got the kid on the hook. Our MC agrees, but he has one condition of his own. 10 minutes later, the deal is done. A notification pings on his phone, plus 3,500,000 yuan. He walks out, thinking about what an absolute NPC loan boss is. Why? Because in 1 month, the apocalypse hits. No one is going to be paying back any loans. Bro remembers his past life. A natural disaster changed the entire server's ecosystem. Intense solar radiation. Global temperatures hitting 160 Fahrenheit. Monstrous mobs spawning everywhere. Back in the office, Loan Boss is already planning to sell the kid off for parts. But outside, Bro is laughing. He's taken money from every loan shark in the city. He isn't afraid of interest rates, because with this cash in hand, no one will ever be able to loot it back from him. He remembers the old world, where all the plants despawned and order collapsed. Back then, supplies were ultimate power. Even billionaires were on their knees, begging for water drops. But now that he's respawned, our MC has time to prepare. He walks into a convenience store and hears 2 Karen NPCs talking about a legendary expensive snack, the ice cream assassin. Bro's face twists into pure rage. He remembers buying that ice cream for a woman named Gold Digger in his past life. Just the memory makes him absolutely mauling. He walks to the counter. "I want 10 of every single type of ice cream you have," he says. The Karens are stunned. The cashier warns him that 10 of each would cost over 20,000. One of the Karens scoffs at his clothes. "If you actually pay for that," she says, "I'll get on my knees right here." Bro turns to her with a smirk. "You serious?" She calls him a poser. "Fine," he says. "I gave you a chance. Now you're going to have to kneel, and not even divine intervention can save you." He shows his phone screen. Balance, 2,000 plus yuan. The cashier goes speechless. Manager guy is called in to calculate the entire store's inventory. Total loot value, 1 million yuan. Our hero doesn't blink. He thinks 1 million is a steal to have snacks at his base during the apocalypse. "I'll transfer a 300,000 deposit," he says. "Deliver it all to my address." Turning to the women in the store, Bro says they can have any ice cream they want today. He introduces himself, says he's paying for everything, and leaves the women completely impressed. But then, he turns back to the redhead Karen. He reminds her he's still waiting for her to get on her knees. Absolutely humiliated, the woman drops to her knees on the floor. She starts to cry, while our MC looks down on her with pure disdain. Later, sitting on a bench, he takes a bite of the ice cream. He notes the flavor really is top tier. As he continues munching the bar, a strange energy starts to radiate from him. A dimensional inventory space appears. He realizes he can store items in there forever, keeping them perfectly fresh. With a grin, he thinks that with this OP power, he'll be able to summon celebrities and models whenever he feels like it. Our hero is surprised. He didn't expect his ability to respawn with him. He knows this ability will be his greatest cheat. Now he needs to build a secure base and stock up on food, weapons, and energy, because there's mad grinding to do. His phone starts ringing, interrupting his thoughts. Checking the ID, he sees the name. He grumbles about his absolutely trash luck. He glares at the name of the woman who ruined his past life. He remembers how she appeared like a savior after his parents got deleted. But the truth was, she was only after his inheritance loot. She demanded an apartment and a dowry of 88 million yuan. When the apocalypse hit, he tried to protect her, but the woman sold him off like cattle to squat up with someone stronger. His captors eventually considered using him as food drops. In the present, he smiles with a clear thirst for revenge. The scene shifts to a luxury hotel. Answering the call with a sweet voice, he asks what his darling wants. The woman wearing a bathrobe says she accidentally lost a gold necklace she loved. With a wicked grin, our hero says he'll buy her a new one. In fact, he promises to buy her 10. He lies, saying he got lucky investing in crypto. Then, he reveals his real move. He needs a loan and wants her to be a witness, offering a 50,000 yuan fee. The woman thinks to herself that her sugar daddy only gives her 5,000 a night, but signing this paper for our MC is a 50,000 win-win with zero risk. Our hero whispers to himself that he's eagerly waiting for her to take the bait. The scene changes to a new building. Talking to Engineer Guy, he demands that the place be turned into a fortress of copper and iron within a month. Bro details his requirements: bulletproof glass, reinforced walls, solar panels, explosion-proof double-lock doors. Basically, he wants a base with full life support. The NPC is absolutely shook, wondering if his client is an apocalypse prepper or has just watched too many movies. Our hero pressures him, reminding the man that he calls himself a master of defense on his resume. Engineer Guy thinks he's found another rich NPC brainwashed by doomsday theories. Then, Bro shows his phone and offers a 1 million deposit. The specialist is absolutely hyped, thinking he's found a rich idiot, but they're both thinking different things. Engineer Guy plans to grief him, and our MC knows the guy won't be around to collect the rest of the payment when the apocalypse drops. With the fortress build underway, my boy thinks about the next quests, stocking up on medicine and food. He knows that in the apocalypse, the most dangerous mobs are other players, and firearms are hard to loot. He walks down the street, doom-scrolling through his phone for a solution. He finds a contact that promises a secure source for illegal loot. He asks how to buy and gets an address. Meeting time, 8 p.m. Arriving at the location, Bro finds it odd that the seller chose such a busy spawn point. Suddenly, a woman runs right past him, being chased by 3 angry NPCs. There is pure panic on her face as she tries to escape down the dark street. The aggressors catch up, cornering her. They accuse her of trying to pull a fast one on their turf. In desperation, the woman grabs our hero's arm and begs for help. My boy is absolutely shook. He recognizes her as School Princess, the most popular girl in school, desired by everyone. The attacker yanks her hair with all his might, demanding she pay what she owes. His partner smirks, suggesting that if she can't pay in cash, she can pay in other ways. Faced with this, our protagonist emerges from the shadows. With a cold, serious look, he tells them to let her go. The thugs are absolutely tilted by the intrusion. One of them charges, looking to take our hero out. But my boy remains calm. His eyes glow a faint, menacing red. He dodges the punch and grabs the attacker's wrist, hard. The guy starts screaming, feeling an unbearable pain debuff. Without wasting a second, Bro preps his next combo. He lands a devastating punch, and suddenly, a system notification pops up in front of him. Status: negative emotion system activated. Our MC is stunned. This is a new OP power. Seeing the tide turn, the other thug grabs School Princess and uses her as a hostage. But before he can speak, smack. A flying brick hits him right in the face. A new character shows up, flaming the guys for picking on a girl. The attackers are furious and charge. Without breaking a sweat, Bro blocks an attack, showing off his superior stats. The newcomer jumps into the PvP, and the two of them start deleting the thugs. Our protagonist lands a quick kick, knocking a goon off balance. With a calculating look, he prepares the finishing blow. Fighting together, the two heroes take down the attackers with perfect combo kicks. Baldy hits the ground, pinned down by a heavy stump on his chest. The two stand tall over the cooked goons. My boy looks at them with pure disdain. "Despawn from my sight," he commands. As they dip, the system announces it has collected their negative emotions and unlocked a new function. With a smirk, our protagonist realizes this emotion farming ability is pretty cracked. School Princess approaches and thanks him for the save. He offers a hand, helps her up, and even hands her his jacket. She says her goodbyes, saying she has to dip. The guy who helped out walks over. He introduces himself as Gun Dealer. He praises our hero's GigaChat actions, but then our protagonist reveals the truth. He is the buyer Gun Dealer was waiting for. To confirm the trade, Gun Dealer says a secret code phrase. But my boy, he purposely calls him a dummy instead of giving the answer. The seller is totally confused, speechless, and the system detects a massive spike in negative emotions from his embarrassment. Our hero laughs. He says the correct password, explaining it was just a joke to lighten the mood. Gun Dealer leads him to a safer zone to close the deal. He opens a box, revealing a Russian pistol with extra ammo. Gun Dealer realizes our MC is an expert by the way he handles the weapon. He starts cooking up a plan, but our protagonist provokes him first. He asks for a warranty and some extra free ammo. The seller is absolutely shook. He complains that he already gave him a buddy price. He thinks about how on the black market, players would pay double, and this guy still wants freebies. Gun Dealer gets absolutely furious. He feels like he's being griefed. The system continues to farm his emotions. My boy just smiles, transfers the money, and thinks to himself, "Now, I'm prepared for the apocalypse." The scene shifts. A luxurious building at night. Inside a chic room, a woman in a red dress waits by the window. Suddenly, Bro appears and hugs her. She immediately starts complaining about him being late for their date, but in her thoughts, Gold Digger is calling him a fool. She doubts he'd ever have the guts to grief her. The scene shifts. We see the woman talking to Lone Boss, who is complimenting her handwriting as she signs the papers. The man smiles. He knows the girl thinks she's just a guarantor, but the debt? The debt will be all hers. With a malicious look, the mobster already imagines what will happen when she can't pay, while the young woman stares at the contract, absolutely clueless about the trap. In the background, my boy watches everything, satisfied that his revenge quest is going off without a hitch. In front of his new fortress, Engineer Guy guarantees the quality of the construction. He claims the house is military grade and can withstand even nuclear nukes. With that, our protagonist thanks him, and the man hands over his card, telling him to call if he needs anything. Now inside his reinforced base, Bro sits on the couch and turns on the television. The TV report warns that the entire world is about to go through a period of extreme heat. While listening to the warning, our hero calmly begins to clean his newly bought pistol. He knows he's going to need it very soon to protect himself from the dangerous mobs ahead. He stands up and confirms that the moment has finally arrived. He is prepared to face all the challenges that will come with the new server. From the window of his fortress, he watches the giant red sun hanging over the city. The sight of the intense heat debuff taking over everything is terrifyingly familiar. The streets are becoming deserted as players hide from the sun. Elsewhere, a Karen NPC is suffering, sweat dripping down her face. She can barely breathe. She wonders how long this debuff will last. Because of the crisis, shop owner uses a megaphone to announce a shortage of supplies. He warns that water and power will be rationed. He wipes away his sweat and smiles, because this heat wave is his chance to get absolutely rich. Two young women arrive, complaining that the watermelons are way too expensive. Seeing them, shop owner gets flustered. He thinks they're pretty, so he offers a discount and a freebie if they buy two. One girl flirts back, but the other kills the vibe and only takes one. A moment later, an old grandpa asks for a discount on water, but shop owner coldly refuses to lower the price. My boy watches him from a distance. He seems to have a special quest in mind for this guy. Inside the store, a boy bends down to pick something up. Shop owner glares at him and starts shouting, accusing the kid of stealing. He grabs the young man, threatening to call the cops. A crowd gathers, judging the boy without knowing the truth. In the middle of the crowd, our protagonist watches with a serious expression. With a keen eye, Bro decides to step into the mess. He notices that a single bag of potato chips costs 50 yuan, an absolutely cracked price. My boy grabs a bag and asks if the chips are made of gold to cost so much. Shop owner is taken aback, breaking into a cold sweat. System notification. Contempt detected, farming negative emotions. The owner snatches the chips back and tells him to despawn if he can't pay. More irritation. More points for our protagonist's system. With a provocative smirk, Bro gives a final warning. Hoarding so many treasures might just attract griefers. Shop owner goes absolutely speechless, sweating even more at the young man's veiled threat. A moment later, shop owner absolutely explodes with rage and threatens to hit our MC for flaming him. Our hero then changes tactics. He calmly asks if the man has been having insomnia and nightmares lately. Absolutely startled, the merchant begins to wonder if there's some kind of cursed issue in his warehouse. My boy takes advantage of the confusion, telling him his face has a dark and troubled look. Without warning, he lands a precise strike on shop owner's neck, sending him spinning through the air. To top it off, the young man notes with the air of an expert that this is just a classic health debuff. Shop owner goes absolutely ballistic, lunging at our protagonist with pure rage. With complete chill, Bro advises him to take care of his HP, as anger can be very bad for his stats. He tosses a coin and warns the man that if he doesn't watch out, he might end up getting permadeath way sooner. System notification, massive rage detected, farming negative emotions. Later that night, a black cat wanders outside the little shop. Our protagonist reflects that in his past life, he tanked everything. But now he's going to collect with interest. He realizes he can use the emotions to expand his dimensional storage. A dark energy manifests in his hand, his awakened OP power. The next day, the heat debuff is so intense that even the birds can barely move. Shop owner runs back to his store with a look of pure panic. When he arrives, he finds the place completely empty. No products, no stock. Someone simply cleaned out his entire loot overnight. Shop owner screams in desperation, wanting to know who griefed him. From a distance, our protagonist watches the show, sipping a soda as the system collects 66 negative emotion points. In a fit of rage, the merchant falls onto the empty floor, completely out of control. The crowd outside gossips, thinking he's just faking a breakdown to raise his prices. But then, Bro walks past the fallen man, loudly munching on a bag of chips, the exact same brand that was stolen. Shop owner recognizes the packaging instantly and yells that the product is his. Shop owner grabs our MC, accusing him of the heist, but our hero remains calm. "Do you have any proof?" he asks. Accusations without proof lead to serious consequences. Bro plays to the crowd, pointing out that other stores sell the same chips. Shop owner is tilted. He wonders how this kid got so bold. Our hero proposes a bet. If the search finds nothing, the MC gets to keep shop owner's generator. The merchant accepts instantly, already daydreaming about winning. He leads the crowd to our MC's house. Shop owner enters, dumbfounded by the luxury. He continues the search. The closet, packed with expensive high-drip clothes. The fridge, loaded with cakes, seafood, and premium loot. The safe, stacks of gold bars. Exhausted and finding nothing, shop owner tries to dip, but our hero stops him. The system farms his shame. My boy grabs him by the shirt and reminds him of the bet. In front of the entire crowd, he pressures the merchant to honor the agreement. Shop owner tries to back out, but the crowd starts to flame him for being absolutely dishonest. The man tries to punch our hero, but the attack completely whiffs. Our protagonist catches the attacker's hand in midair with a strength that makes him screech in pain. From there, he twists shop owner's arm, absolutely yeeting him to the ground as he screams in agony. Faced with an unbearable pain debuff, shop owner finally gives in and agrees to move the generator. My boy tells him to speedrun it, thinking that without the generator, the man is going to suffer big time in the future. System notification, humiliation, pain, and fear detected. Status: farming points successfully. Suddenly, Bro's cell phone starts to ring. On the other end, the young woman is panicking. She complains that some debt collector NPCs have been following her for 2 days. She asks why she's being griefed, and he listens to everything with a cold expression. Gold Digger yells into the phone, demanding to know why the gang is after her now. Our protagonist plays innocent, claiming his heart breaks at her distrust. Inside, he's smiling with satisfaction. The gang was much faster than he expected. He asks if the guys know her spawn point yet. The young woman insists she lost them, but demands the truth. My boy tells her not to overthink it. It's probably just a misunderstanding. Our hero sits down to enjoy a very luxurious feast. He calls her back on video to absolutely bait her. He shows her a plate of grilled salmon, and she is completely shook. She can't believe he can still get food loot of that quality during a shortage. Taking a sip of soda, our protagonist says he has plenty more in his stash. Gold Digger is stunned. She thinks about the heat debuff and how scarce supplies are, wondering how he got so rich. Our protagonist flames her, saying it's absolutely bussin' to eat something like this when the weather is hot. He savors a piece right in front of the camera to make her even more tilted. Her desire grows. She screams in desperation that she wants some too. At that point, the girl switches tactics. She says she's scared to live alone, asking if she can stay at his base for a few days. With a seductive voice, she implies she can return the favor if he shelters her. Our protagonist smiles victoriously. She fell for the trap absolutely hard. He teases her, reminding her she never let him visit before, but sends his address anyway. Gold Digger sends her location, calling him her protector. She thinks he's just another NPC who fell for her charms. She has no idea she's being lured. He hangs up, thinking how she used to be so arrogant, and now she's selling herself out for food drops. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. A woman with a child is at the door. My boy looks through the peephole and sees Karen neighbor. He opens it calmly and asks what she wants. She says her air conditioner broke and asks to stay at his base because of the heat. Our hero reminds her of the time she called him a beggar and had the security guards grief him. He remembers her and her husband mercilessly flaming his mother. Karen neighbor tries to justify it as a long time ago, but when he refuses, she accuses him of being inhuman. He just scoffs. At least I have air conditioning. He slams the door in her face. System notification, 38 negative emotion points farmed. Inside, Bro swaps his SIM card so he can't be tracked. With the new number, he makes an anonymous call directly to the dangerous gang. He informs them exactly where Gold Digger is spawning and that she's alone, making her an easy target. With everything set up, he just waits for things to unfold. He goes to the balcony and observes the city, watching the sun set over a city filled with tension. Gold Digger smiles to herself. She whispers that she only likes a worry-free lifestyle, where everything is handed to her. Suddenly, there is a knock at the door. Gold Digger opens it, expecting our MC. She asks why he arrived so fast. But standing at her door? Not him. Instead, she's staring at gang NPCs. She panics. She asks how they found out where she spawns. The gang leader steps forward with a menacing look. He tells her, very clearly, that the money she owes must be paid back today. Gold Digger stammers. She insists that our boy was the one who borrowed the money, that he tricked her into signing. The gang leader doesn't blink. He pulls out the contract. He points to her signature. Whoever signs, pays, he says. Stop the cope. He orders his goons to search the place for loot. Gold Digger yells for them to stop. She frantically says she's calling the MC right now. She begs them to wait. The gang leader scoffs. He tells her that this small amount won't even cover the interest. He adds that his brothers ran here through an intense heat debuff, and they aren't going back empty-handed. Gold Digger realization hits. She tells them not to come closer. She insists the supplies are with the MC, that he has tons of loot. She frantically dials his number. The number you have dialed is currently unavailable. Please try again later. She tries again. Unavailable. Her hands begin to tremble. She asks how this is possible. She tries to buy time, saying he must be busy. He didn't hear the ring. She'll call again. But the gang leader has had enough. He calls her an absolute NPC. He tells her she got baited hard. He explains that from the very beginning, the MC never intended to pay. Gold Digger's eyes widen in horror. She screams. She begs them to let her go. To go find the MC instead. The gang members ignore her pleas. They close in. One of them grabs her. He says she's about to taste the good flavor of apocalypse karma. And then, something bad happened. Later, the gang leader remembers what she said. He asks her to repeat exactly what kind of items are at the MC's house. Through her tears, she stammers it out. He has air conditioning, cold water, tons of food. She begs them to find him. She says he's the one they are actually looking for. The gang leader's eyes light up. Air conditioning? Supplies? He grins. He thinks they've hit a big loot drop. He orders his crew to move out, to find the fortress. In her mind, she has only one thought. The MC scammed her, and his death will be absolutely grieving. Meanwhile, back at his fortress, Bro sits calmly on his balcony, watching the city. His phone, with a completely different SIM card, sits silently beside him. The revenge quest is proceeding exactly as planned.